Would it be weird to name my first child after a video game character? You wouldn't be the first. Isn't that why Robin Williams named his daughter Zelda? I have no opinion on that name, but remember, the kid has to live with their name for the rest of their life, so choose wisely. I'm generally quite hesitant when parents name their child after something related to their personal interests or hobbies. I hope this doesn't sound too harsh, but your child is a person who has to live with this name for the rest of their life. It's not an opportunity for you to use to geek out about your interest in a video game. I would also be mindful about the name's origin. Is it used at all outside the game? What is the meaning and history? Does it have any other associations you should be aware about? I have a very unique name, and it has been a constant nuisance my entire life. I come from an area where the most common male names of my generation were Mike, David, Sean, etc. And I can assure you my parents did me no favors naming me. A lifetime of constantly correcting pronunciation, correcting spelling, bullying, explaining the origin of my name, which is, my parents made it up. The look I always get when I say this tells me how ridiculous people think it is. I also knew people with unique names such as Blith, Saber, a girl named Kevin, and a boy named Shannon, and once again all the issues I stated. I have never liked my name, and would have rather been named something common. I just wanted to give you a perspective of someone gifted with a different name. With all that said, it's your kid and the names are pretty cool. At least you aren't using a common name but fucking up the spelling on purpose, which is so stupid. I am my opinion. My wife has a friend in Estonia called Kairi. I don't think it's a particularly uncommon name there. I think it's a lovely name. Do like I did. Give your kids unique first names and normal as hell middle names. If they hate their weird name, they have a regular sounding backup. I think people will just assume it's one of those cutesy, uncommon spellings that some parents like, and will pronounce it like, Carrie, Carrie. I've known a kid named Kairi. Beautiful name. Not weird. To be honest, didn't even know it was from a video game. Were you calling her Princess Peach? My answer would be different. As a kindergarten teacher, little kids don't really care. But as they get older, they realize where names come from. I had a Daenerys and a Ira in my class, with others having Game of Thrones middle names, so easier to not use if they don't want to. Chopped Swing, a character that regularly is portrayed having sex and killing people on TV, may not be the best. Overall, it's your choice, but as a teacher I beg you, if it's an oddly spelled name, make sure practice with them how to spell it, read it and write it. I had a parent get upset at me when I sent a paper home and her child didn't spell her name correctly. It has 2 capital letters and an apostrophe. She was upset, saying I was confusing her child and, you don't spell her name good, until I sent her a picture of the name tag spelled correctly with the apostrophe and said her child was the one who didn't know what that little line was, and didn't recognize the capital letters in her name. Don't care why it is that. But I promise your child will need to spend their entire life explaining how to spell it, what it means, why they have it, and if they're going to change it. This will be done to every teacher, friend, colleague, coach, or anyone else who knows their name. Also, bullying them will be immensely easy. But that's just my opinion. You only get half the vote. Please consider how much more time and effort your partner is going to put into growing and raising this kid that probably will already get your last name. Don't be greedy. Teacher here. It is more common than you might think. My daughter's name is Kyrie. But we had to spell it Kyrie because my in-laws thought it was pronounced like Carrie. She's 14 now and wants to have the spelling changed. If it's a son, Kratos. If the name is beautiful, why not? There's a group for baby names and such. I think it's R. Nomenards. Keep in mind, your child has to live with this name. Maybe give your child a first and middle name. So Kyrie. I love that name BTW. One of my favorite female wrestler is called Kyrie Sane. Beautiful name. Is the middle name and another first name. So your child can choose the name. As someone who relocated to another country, which is totally my choice and I can't blame my parents for, I've got to understand the importance of how easy it is for the locals to pronounce and spell your name. It's not that I'm deeply upset every time I get to spend an extra minute to spell my name at every coffee shop I visit or when I need to introduce myself and no one can pronounce it from the first couple of attempts. But it's mildly annoying doing it over and over. Changing the name in the middle of the life doesn't feel right either. I'd suggest just considering whether it's going to be easy for your child to use the name where you live. I have a white American cousin, 9 years old, named Kyrie. I had no idea it was from something. I think it's a beautiful name and no one would know it's from a video game unless you tell them. Also, in my opinion, the name somewhat looks European, so her being white American one don't think will raise many eyebrows. The big issue here is potential for misspelling. It's annoying and a pain to deal with, especially for anything official, i.e. school records, certificates, etc., because you'll have to jump through hoops to get it fixed. I have a normal sounding and looking name, but there is an even more popular, common way to spell it, so my name is misspelled around 50% of the time. A name like Kyrie would definitely get misspelled and mispronounced a lot. So be aware of that issue.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.